A dream will be realized tonight when Robbie Ross Jr. makes his first Major League start. His path to the Rangers starting rotation has been marked by success at every level of professional baseball, including winning a spot on the big league roster in 2012. His success as a reliever the past 2 seasons and a fantastic work ethic have led Robbie to tonight. His starting debut comes up next against the Philadelphia Phillies here on Fox Sports Southwest. Well, on this warm, windy, and muggy night in Arlington, Texas, the Rangers trying to win the opening series of the season for the 5th straight year. Tonight's rubber game has the Rangers matched with the Philadelphia Phillies. And welcome into Globe Live Park in Arlington, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us on this Wednesday night of Ranger baseball, and it should be a dandy. And we've got something special for you again, and that's the first start in the Major League career of Robbie Ross Jr. After 123 relief appearances, he gets the opening nod.
He does, Buzz, and much like Tanner Scheppers, he served a very successful apprenticeship in the minor leagues. Then he went to spring training with the opportunity, and he made the most out of it. He had a really nice start right at the end, a 6-inning shutout start against Milwaukee. He earned the right to be in the rotation. He had a chance to watch Tanner struggle a little bit in his first start. He's hoping to correct that, throw a lot of strikes tonight in his first start.
Well, that's one thing Robbie Ross did extremely well in spring training. That's fill up the strike zone, and we look for that to happen here again tonight against the Phillies. First time that Ross has ever faced him, and he had plenty of help in ADRIAN, BELTRE, last night's hero. He and the rest of the Rangers trying to win 2 out of 3 to start the 2014 season. Lineups and the first pitch coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Take the EcoBoost Challenge to see why Ford is the best in Texas. By a reminder from Budweiser, wait times are waiting, designate a driver. And by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. A nice crowd filing into this Wednesday night of Ranger baseball. One of the youngsters looking forward to those dollar hot dogs here on this Wednesday night. And whatever else he can get his hands on, I'm sure. But he wants to see some good Ranger baseball. The Rangers will promise him that effort. Before we get things started, let's head down to field level while Emily Jones is standing by him.
Well, Buzz, as you have mentioned, Robbie Ross will be making his first Major League start tonight. The second time in 3 games in which a Rangers pitcher will make his first Major League start. Of course, Tanner Shepard's opening day debut did not go the way he planned. He admitted after that game that perhaps nerves did get the best of him a little bit in that one, and JP Arancibia was behind the dish in that start for Tanner. I asked him today what advice he would have for Robbie in order to get some better results here in his debut.
It's one of those things where he has to go out there and you know, prolong his pitches. And as a bullpen guy, you can go out there and kind of blow it out and throw everything right out of the gate. And as a starter, you got to kind of save it a little bit. So, you know, we'll have a game plan. We'll go out there and try to execute it to the best of our abilities, and then everything else will take care of itself.
And, of course, Robbie Ross, very familiar with this setting, maybe just in the game a little bit earlier, but he'll also have some more familiar surroundings as he'll be going up against a guy he grew up playing against. The lefty for the Phillies grew up in Kentucky, played against Robbie throughout high school. And, Buzz, you and I were talking before the game, even played with each other at times. So we'll see how this lefty-lefty matchup unfolds here tonight.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Guys go way back. Ross and Ben Revere, the center fielder for the Phillies. They played on the same team a few times in high school and a little bit earlier, and then, of course, competed against each other in the high school ranks. So Robbie Ross and Ben Revere very familiar with each other, although they have only faced each other 3 times at the major league level. That was when Revere was with the Minnesota Twins. Now, Ross making his way in from the right center field bullpen. Mike Maddox, JP Arancibia, and Adrian Beltre, last night's hero. Opposite field single, opposite field double. Last night, Adrian Beltre getting it done. Shin-Soo Choo at second with 1 out in the 9th inning, a tie ball game. And for the 14th time in his great career, Adrian Beltre helps his team walk off with a victory. Elvis and Adrian pretty much inseparable. Anytime you see a shot of that bench and one of them is not hitting, they're going to be together. They have a great time together. They have a great rapport, and I think Elvis Andrus has a mentor in Adrian Beltre, and not just how to play baseball. It's how to be a major league person, and he's certainly taken to it. 2 really great players, 2 really great people on the left side of that infield. And Ron Washington recounts many of his experiences early in his career, being a mentor to the folks on the Minnesota Twins when he was first coming up. Rangers taking the field tonight, and Robbie Ross getting ready to start his first major league game. And here's the lineup that Ryan Sandberg has put out there to face Robbie Ross. Ben Revere leads off. He's the center fielder. Carlos Ruiz, the catcher, moves up to the second spot. Chase Utley is at second. Ryan Howard DHs tonight and bats cleanup. Marlon Byrd hits fifth. Dominic Brown, the start in left field. 27 home runs last year for Dominic Brown. John Mayberry Jr. gets the start at first base. Cody Aishi is back at third. And batting ninth is the shortstop tonight, Jason Nix.
And our Sonic scouting report for Robbie Ross. As we've said, it's his first major league start. He's had 123 career relief appearances. They've gone well with a 262 earned run average. In the minor leagues, he was exclusively a starter, and he has a nice record in the minor leagues, 26-20 at 2.88 ERA in 68 starts. He did have 1 relief appearance in the minor leagues, 3 minor league seasons. Made the team kind of unexpectedly a couple of years ago out of spring training as a reliever, and now he's getting to satisfy his goal of being a starting pitcher.
Well, the 24-year-old left-hander on the hill, and we'll take a look at the Ranger defense. And the Ranger defense is brought to you by the New Braunfels Convention and Visitor Bureau. SHIN-SOO CHOO, the start in left field once again tonight. Leonis Martin in center, Alex Rios in right. Prince Fielder at first, Josh Wilson back in second. Elvis Andrus at short, Adrian Beltre at third, J.P. Arancibia behind the plate. And Robbie Ross Jr., Robert Charles Ross Jr. is on the hill for the Rangers. Don't you know there have to be a few butterflies churning in that young man's stomach right about now? But he throws that first pitch and it'll be a lot easier.
Especially if it's a strike.
Yeah. Well, one good thing about it, we mentioned the relationship that Ross and Ben Revere have. They know each other pretty well, and it's not an unknown quantity that Ross is facing for the first pitch. And there is strike one.
Well, one thing Robbie will have to do today is get left-hand hitters out. There's 5 left-hand hitters in the lineup for the Phillies. And last season out of the bullpen, he struggled against left-handed hitters. Right-hand hitters hitting the low 200s, left-hand hitters hitting the mid-300s, and over 400 after June 26th. So that's a correction that he'll have to make as a starter.
Pretty good cutter right there, and he had Revere waving at air. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, that was a hard thing to figure out. Robbie doesn't impress you as the kind of guy that would have an inordinate amount of trouble against left-handers, but one of those things that just happened last year. Pitch is just a bit high, and it's 2-2.
No, he has a couple of pitches that should handle lefties very well. The hard sinking fastball that he can throw in on their fists, and then the hard cutter that he throws away from them.
2-2, got him swinging. Took a little bit off the cutter, it looked like, made it a breaking ball. And Revere has gone on strikes, and Ben Revere walking back saying, you didn't have that when I faced you in high school.
And that was probably a pitch that he didn't locate as well in the second half of the season. But when you throw it breaking sharply like that in that location, left-hand hitters are going to have a lot of problems. They didn't hit .435 in the second half of the season against that pitch.
No, they sure didn't.
They hit the one that hung out over the plate.
No, one away on the punch out. Here's Carlos Ruiz. Ryan Sandberg, the Phillies skipper, had him move up from the 6th spot up to the number 2 hole here in this ball game tonight. 1 for 7 is Ruiz, although he has walked a couple of times. Gets fisted and rolls it foul down the third baseline. Umpiring crew tonight, Marvin Hudson will be calling the balls and strikes. Corey Blazer at first, the crew chief Jim Joyce out at second, and Doug Eddings is at third.
The managers have an enormous amount of information at their disposal every day when they go to make up their lineup, when they make decisions during the game. And so I think if you're Ryan Sandberg and you looked at last year's numbers and saw how well left-hand hitters did against Robbie, it might be one of the reasons there's 5 left-hand hitters in the lineup tonight.
Yeah.
But, that was last year, and this is a new year. And the success lefties had against him last year, I think, struck everybody as being kind of unusual. And it might not be the same way this year.
Yeah, I think that's going to turn out to be a blip on the radar screen.
I do too.
I don't think he's going to have that significant a problem. He's got too much quality stuff to have that happen too often. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Robbie back to the plate. That ball's hit well to left field. Going back is CHOO. He's at the track. He's looking up. It's off the wall. Steaming into second base with a 1-out double, Carlos Ruiz.
Well, bad news, it's a double. Good news is off the bat, it looked like it might be a home run. Well, fortunately, it stayed in the ballpark. I'm going to go to work on a couple of veteran left-hand hitters, try to keep the Phillies off the board. Breaking ball down and in, but caught a lot of the plate. Ruiz is a veteran hitter, put a pretty good swing on it. Not your typical second-place hitter in a lineup, but
sure isn't.
Ryan Sandberg looks like he likes to change his lineup around, give everybody a chance to play, and not necessarily lock everybody into one specific spot in the batting order.
Here's Chase Utley, the second baseman. Utley handled the DH role last night. In 400 for the series, 4 out of 10. A double and a run driven home. Ross behind in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Picks up and off, and Utley out in front. It's one thing we saw Robbie Ross do very effectively in spring training, and something we didn't see him do an awful lot as a reliever. And that's really changed speeds a lot. And it take a lot off the breaking ball, a lot off the fastball at times. And as a reliever, he came in and basically threw cutter slider. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Chase Utley moving up the career ranks in so many offensive categories. Had a double here on opening day, and that was his 299th double of his career. Swinging foul tip, strike 2. J.P. Arancibia flashing the signs out. And Robbie Ross picks out the one he wants. Up the middle, by the dive of Andrus into center. Ruiz is going to be held. Now he's coming as Martin had trouble coming up with the ball. He dropped it, it went behind him, and Ruiz, who had stopped at third, then continued home, and the Phillies take a 1-0 lead.
Well, that's one where, as a center fielder, generally you have to charge that ball and get rid of it quickly. But he had the catcher at second base that time. He didn't have to do it quite as quickly. Could be a little more deliberate, make sure he caught the ball. But that's something that he does exceptionally well, and very seldom will you see him bobble a ball. He has great footwork. He gets rid of the ball quickly, and generally he comes up throwing. That time it got away from him, and that'll go as an error.
Third base coach Pete McCann, you can see holding him up and then saying go, and he did. So it's a single for Utley, no RBI. It'll be an error to allow the run to score. Rangers now have committed 1 error in each of the first 3 games. So an early 1-0 Phillies lead. Ryan Howard takes strike 1 from Ross. Howard, as you can see, 3 out of 9 in this series with a double. 0-2. Rangers with the overshift on. They have Elvis Andrus about 4 or 5 steps on the first base side of second. Adrian Beltre in the normal shortstop hole. And, of course, second baseman Josh Wilson right at the edge of the outfield grass and in the middle of that hole. That pitch outside. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield against Howard shaded the other way. 311 home runs for the big guy in the Phillies uniform. Now the 1-2 pitch. Call strike 3. Ross nailing down that outside corner with a fastball. That is out number 2, second strikeout of the game.
They had Ryan Howard very aware of the breaking ball. That had a little bit of cutting action on it, but zipped it right near the outside corner, definitely keeping the ball away from Howard. He did check his swing, but that was called strike 3.
So there are 2 outs now. Marlon Byrd, who's having a very good opening series, stepping to the plate. Byrd, a home run on opening day, an RBI. First pitch to him is off the corner inside for ball 1. Marlon Byrd in this ballpark, a career .307 batter. You can see 4 out of 9 in the series for the Phillies right fielder. 1-0 pitch to him. And Ross doing a good job of taking something off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marlins played 205 games in this ballpark. He's reached base safely, as you can see, in the last 16 games here at Globe Life Park. Ross, a check of Utley. 2-1.
That's a pitch that Robbie didn't throw very much as a reliever, something he works on as a starter. That's a changeup, something to give him a little bit different look. He threw that one 87 miles an hour. I guess that was a changeup.
Left-hander back to the plate. And 3-1 the count to Berg. Marlon trying to extend the inning for Philadelphia here in the first. Dominic Brown, the left-handed swinging left fielder, waits in the on-deck circle. Late swing and a miss. The count has gone full, so with this next offering, Utley will wind it up at first base. He will be off and moving. Rangers on the infield, shifted way around to the left side for Berg. Now time call, Marlon not quite ready. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Pop foul, and Utley will retrace his steps to first. We will try it again on 3-2. 25 pitches in this first inning for Robbie Ross. Bird back in there ready to work. And another foul off to the right. Marlon Byrd decidedly trying to hit the ball to the right side. The 8th pitch of this at bat coming up. Ross with the sign and the set. Down the left field line this time. Hook's foul off the tarpaulin. Still 3-2. Call strike 3. That off-speed cutter that came back over the outside corner, and Robbie Ross ends up striking out the side. But the Phillies get an unearned run. 2 hits, they leave 1 and an error. After half inning, Philadelphia 1. Texas coming up. Ranger fans see their ball club down by a run as we get to the bottom of the first. Here's the Southwest Airlines Texas Ranger batting order tonight, as put forth by Ron Washington. SHIN-SOO CHOO leads off. He plays left. Elvis Andrews follows. Then Prince Fielder. ADRIAN BELTRE bats cleanup. Alex Rios in right field hitting fifth. Mitch Moreland's the DH. J.P. Arancibia catches. Leonis Martin, the number 8 hitter, playing center, and Josh Wilson is the second baseman. And Kyle Kendrick, the 29-year-old right-hander, fires ball one to SHIN-SOO CHOO. And on the outside corner.
Look at our Sonic scouting report for Kyle Kendrick. Last season, first 13 starts went really well. Last 14 starts, ERA was almost twice as much, 6.45. He did have a career high last year, 182 innings pitched. A good strikeout per 9-inning ratio, 5.44. Actually, a low strikeout per 9-inning total. More of a sinker ball pitcher, pitching to contact, not the kind of guy that gets a lot of strikeouts.
It doesn't really throw a great breaking ball. Occasionally he'll spin something up there, but very rarely does he use that as part of his repertoire, which is kind of unusual. CHOO, late swing and a miss, and the count is even now at 2-2. It's hard to think of anybody that has pitched at the major league level in the last a couple of decades that didn't have a pretty good breaking ball of some type. Kendrick, one of those guys, and he's had a pretty good amount of success. CHOO shoots it foul to the left. 2-2 still. CHOO, a big night last night. He was on base 4 times. Scored 2 of the 3 Ranger runs last night's game. He led off every time, led off an inning every time he came to the plate, 5 times, which is unusual in itself, but getting on base 4 of those 5 times, even more unusual. Another pitch off his fist, still 2-2.
One thing it means is the 9th place hitter went 0 for 4.
Yeah.
In order to do that.
Philadelphia defense tonight, a little bit different look. You have Domonic Brown in left field, Ben Revere in center, Marlon Byrd in right. John Mayberry Jr. started first, Jay Utley back in second. Jason Nix, the shortstop tonight. And Cody Ashley is the third baseman. SHIN-SOO CHOO just waited very nicely on that slow offering from Kyle Kendrick, and he's aboard with a leadoff single.
Yeah, he was kind of fighting off the sinkers on the inside part of the plate. He was getting the ball in on him a little bit, and he took something off it, and that allowed SHIN-SOO to wait on it and get the good part of the bat on it, line it over second in the right center field, like a changeup. Good start for the Rangers. Last night, SHIN-SOO batted 5 times, was on base 4 times, and right off the bat, he leads off an inning by getting on base tonight.
Yes, he figured he liked it so much, he'd try it again this evening.
Keep on doing it.
There he goes on the hit and run, and this one is perfectly executed to left field. Going to third is CHOO. The throw is not in time. It gets by everybody all the way to the backstop. So down to second goes Andrews. CHOO staying at third base, but the Rangers with nobody out have runners at second and third, and Elvis couldn't have done it any better.
Well, you know, Buzz, in last night's game, Elvis had an opportunity on a hit and run with the shortstop covering, and he hit a little topper to third base and kind of upset because he had a shot to run it through the infield. The shortstop covers, which opens up the hole between third and second. Elvis pulls the ball on the ground. An ill-advised throw from Domonic Brown in left field, who had no chance to get CHOO at third base, allows Elvis to take second base, and Rangers are in pretty nice business right now with the infield back up the middle and at first base, and Prince Fielder at the plate.
So that scored a single for Andrews, an error allowing Elvis to get to second. First error of the series committed by Philadelphia. And here's Prince Fielder with that shift on that you saw. The second baseman, Chase Utley, 15 feet or so out in shallow right field. Good RBI opportunity for the big guy, and he takes a strike to the inside corner. 2 out of 9 in the first couple of games for Prince Fielder.
Well, generally, the guy like Prince, you want him to get the ball in the air, but if he does pull a ground ball, it'll score a run and move the man at second over to third base with one out.
Inside, 1-1, and Fielder has had good success against Kendrick. He is 3 for 5 with a home run and 5 RBI. I guess that qualifies as good success, doesn't it? 5 RBI and 5 at bats.
That's pretty good.
1-1 pitch. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Another great night at the ballpark. Clouds overhead, but certainly no threat of rain right now. And the wind whipping in from right center field. So that means the jet stream is probably in a full effect going back out to right center. See if Prince can get one up there and let it ride for a while. On the 1-2 pitch. Towering pop-up foul territory. The wind is trying to push that out of play, and it does back into the third row. That's not really what I had in mind about riding the wind, but the wind helped it get out of play that time.
That ball is only about 6 inches away from him. It's not that easy to hit a ball and keep it almost fair when it's that far inside.
That what you call being quick inside with the hands?
Yeah, he definitely kept his hands in. A lot of guys would swing at that and hit it about 6 inches above their fist and break their bat.
Another 1-2 pitch from Kendrick. In the dirt. I don't know how in the world Ruiz blocked that. That thing skipped up head high, and he got an arm on it.
He knew it was going to bounce high. He didn't go down and try to smother it. He goes down and then stays as tall as he can and actually got it off his chest protector.
Wow.
He goes all the way down to block that. Well, it bounced so far out in front of home plate. He had a pretty good idea it wasn't going to bounce low. Made a nice play. That caroms off him. It's an easy run and a man on third.
Well, that was Kendrick's breaking ball, and I can understand why he doesn't throw it more often now. Swinging, strike 3, took up and off, going away, and Fielder down on strikes, and now Adrian Beltre coming in.
Well, they pounded most of the pitches way inside, and finally went away with one. Looked like a location fooled Prince a little bit. See most of those pitches way inside, and finally he took a little bit off of and made a nice pitch location-wise with good movement, and had Prince a little bit out in front of it.
Well, that's one out. And here's last night's hero, and Adrian Beltre off to a great start. A 500 hitter in the early going, a couple of doubles, 2 walks, and 2 RBI. 1 ball, no strikes. Shin-Soo Choo, the runner at third, Elvis Andrus at second. Beltre, 4 out of 8. He's also scored 3 runs, along with driving in a couple. Kendrick nods in agreement, still working from the stretch with runners at second and third. And the check swing by Beltre, and he said, check with first, don't call a strike yet. And home plate umpire Marvin Hedges said, no, I'm not gonna call a strike anyway.
That's one, if the umpire calls it a ball at home plate, ask for help, and the guy calls it a strike, you wish you didn't ask him.
Tapper, Kendrick off the mound. He falls down, recovers, and has no play, except they've got Choo hung up. Ruiz will run him all the way back to third. Now the tag by Aishi. And that'll be 2 outs. Beltre hustling all the way, gets into second. Andrus at third. The same situation with 1 less out to work with.
Yeah, Choo anticipated that the pitcher was going to catch the ball and stopped. If he kept on going, the pitcher didn't come up with a ball, he probably would have scored. You know, if you're going on contact, just go ahead and keep on going. The guy at second base is going to go to third. But he got halfway and stopped, and then when the ball got by the pitcher, he wasn't able to get home.
We had a 1-5-2 1-5-2-5 put out. Or 1-5-2-1, excuse me. Kendrick going back over. Oh, the Rangers now have to do a little work with 2 outs to make good on a promising situation.
Yeah, Kendrick almost threw that ball down the left field line.
Here's Alex Rios. Rios, like Beltre, off to a .500 start, but Alex, a home run, 3 driven in. He takes the pitch just off the outside corner. That went 1-5-2-4. Review of the replay of that. Second baseman Chase Utley making the tag down there at third base. Rios has also drawn a walk. 1-0 pitch. And that's off the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes.
One situation, second and third, and nobody out with Elvis and CHOO getting on base. Generally, this is a scoring opportunity almost every time when you look at the guys coming up after him. It's going to take a 2-out hit to accomplish that right now.
There's a strike to the outside corner.
A lot of cutters, it looks like, to the right-hand hitters. A few more sinkers and a couple of change-ups to the lefties.
Kendrick, a 6'3" right-hander, goes about 210 pounds. Drafted by the Phillies in the 2003 draft. Took something off there and had Rios out in front. It's 2-2.
Good movement on his changeup, 83 miles an hour. Fastball is 89, 90-ish. Good sinking action.
Elvis getting his lead from third. Beltre away from second as Kendrick comes set. Down the right field line, that will twist back and out of play. Bird over to take a look. A little cotton candy for your pleasure here tonight. Camera that the RF camera that's all over the ballpark. It's a good idea though. Follow the cotton candy guy around. Maybe he'll drop one by accident. Kendrick ready again. A 2-2 pitch coming to Rios. In the dirt. And the count is full. Rios hitting in the number 5 slot, trying to keep this first inning alive. Mitch Moreland, Ranger DH, waiting in the on-deck circle. Ryan Sandberg, in his first full year as manager of the Phillies, took over the tail end of 2013. Was an interim manager and got that interim tag removed after the first 20 games that he managed. Payoff pitch, that's hit well to center field. Going back is Revere, still going back, but he has room. And shy of the warning track makes the catch, and the Rangers waste a golden opportunity in the first. No runs. On 2 hits, they lead 2 after 1. 1-0 Philadelphia. Brown to lead things off. He'll be followed by John Mayberry Jr. and Cody Ashe against Robbie Ross Jr. A strike on the outer half of the plate. Domonic Brown 1 for 6 in the series with a run scored. That pitch in the dirt to even things, and a ball and a strike. Mentioned Brown last year, a great year. 27 home runs after hitting just 5 in 2012. Late swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. Robbie Ross had a 27-pitch first inning, and he has come back now to try and cut it down a bit here in the second. Gave up the 1 run, but it was unearned as he was able to get both Howard and Bird on strikes to end things with Carlos Ruiz at third base, or Chase Utley aboard. And he gets the strike here. Domonic Brown. He has struck out 4 people to start things off. Let's go over to Jim Knox. Hello, Jim.
All right, Buzz, how you doing? I tell you what, look at this little Ranger fan. You ready to go? There he is, got the glove. He's ready to go. Community Corner tonight. We got a packed house here over here, Buzz. Also, Matthew McConaughey, the Oscar winner and the Just Keep Living founder, will be right here at Globe Life Park. That is Friday, May 16th. He will be here to raise money for the Rangers Just Keep Living programs. To find out more and buy tickets, you see the number on your screen. Also, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Buzz?
All right, Knoxie, thanks. May 16th. Get your tickets for that event. 0-1 the count to John Mayberry.
The Dallas Buyers Club and True Detectives have put Matthew McConaughey right at the top of the A-list for actors.
Sure has.
A couple of incredible performances.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Mayberry 1 for 5 in the series. A double, 2 runs driven in. Loops one to right field. Rios coming on in a hurry. He's going to have to pull up as the ball settles in front of him for a base hit. Well, that is the 3rd hit of the night for the Phillies. John Mayberry Jr. a 1-out single here in the second. And Cody Ashe coming up.
Mayberry's able to just reach out and kind of stroke that little soft base hit to right field. Hit it kind of off the end of the bat.
Ashe, the young third baseman, did not play in yesterday's ball game, but was 3 for 4 in the opener with a home run. And he takes a strike from Ross. Ashe, along with his home run, had a double in that Monday afternoon game. Scored 4 times. Chops one down the third base line just like he did on opening day. And that is going to be a base hit. The first one was a double down that left field line that drove in a run. And now he goes the other way with a little cue shot and is aboard behind Mayberry. 2 on, 1 out.
He got a chance of having a pretty good year. Keep finding a hole with those kind of ground balls. Little dribblers right down the left field line. See Adrian playing way off the line. And Ashe twice in this series doing the same thing. Little dribblers for base hits.
Sometimes the overshift will beat you when you don't pitch to it. And that's happened a couple of times with Ashe and a couple of other times in this series too. Got to make the pitches according to the defense, or got to put the defense out there according to how the guy's going to pitch. Here's Jason Nix. 2 on, 1 out. And he takes strike 1. Nix 1 for 4 yesterday, acquired from the Tampa Bay Rays last Friday. He's got John Mayberry Jr. at second, Cody Ashe at first, and Robbie Ross back to the plate. Up the middle, right near the bag. Wilson right on top of the bag, turns it over himself. A 4-3 double play. Looked a little tenuous there for a second, but Josh Wilson able to do it. So Ross gives up a couple of hits. The Phillies strand one. After 1.5, Phillies 1, Rangers nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Folks, it's time for you to tweet your photo for a chance to have it shown in our upcoming broadcast, thanks to AT&T. Use hashtag Rangers Fan Photo, and we'll start selecting your photos to be aired during the season right here on our telecast. Thanks to AT&T for making that possible, and it should be a fun deal when we get you folks tweeting your photos to us. Bottom of the second inning, here's Mitch Moreland to start things off, and he takes strike one from Kyle Kendrick. Moreland, Arancibia, and Leonis Martin, the first three Rangers do here in the second frame. Mitch, an RBI single in last night's game. 1 for 6 in the series. It's off the end of the bat. It will slice foul and drop into the commissioner's box down there. We'll take a look at Ashe, but he didn't have time to get there. Mitch hit 286 this spring. The last week, he really started swinging the bat a lot better. Said he felt more comfortable at the plate. He's made some adjustments, some small adjustments in his stance and approach. It's in the dirt.
Most of the breaking balls have been just like that, in the dirt. That pretty good sinker, thrown some pretty good changeups. Some cutters to the right-hand hitters.
You see why now he doesn't throw that breaking ball that much. Carlos Ruiz said, hey, we're not calling that.
Definitely a little dangerous with men on base. Ruiz made a great play to keep a run from scoring, blocking a ball that was in the dirt.
Well, hit pretty well to right field. They're very playable out there from Marlon Byrd. Maybe down toward the trademark just a little bit. And Moreland out number one. We'll go back and revisit that double play that ended the top of the second.
Yeah, watch Robbie Ross. Goes to catch it, and he lays off it because he has a pretty good idea that one of his middle infielders is going to be there to catch it, and it turns into a simple double play. It's a little tougher if he fields it and maybe bobbles it or has to make the throw and turn it himself. So most of the times, Buzz, I think you see the pitcher, his reflex says go for the ball. That time Robbie, his reflexes said lay off that one.
Yeah, very good discipline.
Turned out to be a good choice.
You don't see many pitchers that are able to do that.
Most of them hit it with their bare hand.
Right. Most guys are diving for it and whatever else they can do to slow it up. JP Arancibia back behind the plate tonight. He looks at strike two. Nothing into the count. JP 1 for 4 in the opener with a double. He doubled the deepest right center field. Almost got one out of here on opening day. Scored a couple of runs in that 14-10 Phillies win. 3 pitches, and Arancibia is gone on strikes. 2 away for Leonis Martin. Kendrick's second punch out tonight. Now facing Martin, who is hitting in the 8th spot in tonight's batting order. 3 for 7 in the series. He has a stolen base. Also had a couple of walks, so he has had some very, very good at-bats against the Phillies. First ball swinging and to left center field. Revere and Dominic Brown is slicing back toward Brown, who makes the catch. And the Rangers gone in order in the second inning. We have played 2 in Arlington. It's the Phillies 1, the Rangers nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. MLB.com @bat. It works for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry 10, and Windows Phone 8. Get scores and highlights, all kinds of stats, live audio, and a bunch more. Just text @bat to 31826, or you can visit TexasRangers.com for details. Top of the order, and Ben Revere, who struck out leading off the game tonight, decided, well, couldn't make any contact the first time. I'll try to drop down a bunt, and left it foul. Revere, of course, blazing speed. Robbie Ross Jr. was asked about the times that he had faced Revere before they became professionals. He said, he hasn't changed. He always slapped the ball around, had the ability to hit it to both gaps and run like the wind. Elvis is going to have to get rid of this in a hurry. He does, right on target, and Revere is 0 for 2.
Yeah, Elvis knew he didn't have time to waste. He didn't really have time to get over, get in front of it, and take his time with an accurate throw. He had to backhand it, come up firing. But he made it easily, and Revere was an easy out.
Carlos Ruiz will be next. Ruiz doubled and scored the only run of the night so far. He doubled off the left field fence back in the first and came around to score on the error by Leonis Martin, who overran the ball. So 1 for 1 for Ruiz tonight. And that pitch just a bit low. Ruiz, the 35-year-old veteran backstop for the Phillies. 2-1 the count. Ruiz, as you saw, hitting almost 300 in the last several weeks of the 2013 season. That coincided with the time that Ryan Sandberg took over as the manager. Ruiz had a little spark and helped the Phillies retain Sandberg as their full-time manager. 3-2 to Ruiz. Ross winds the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Just missed that inside corner. So Ruiz on for the second time tonight, and that'll bring up Chase Utley. And right now, let's take time for a Mazda game break. Here's Dana Larson. Dana. All right, Dana, thank you. Utley takes high for ball 1. They've had some close games, the Royals and the Tigers.
Yeah, Royals lost some tough ones.
Utley hit that line drive single to center that Jonas Martin charged in and was going to come up to throw to home plate and forgot the ball. That allowed Ruiz to score. Pitch inside from Ross. 2 balls, no strikes. Robbie, as you can see, 51 pitches thus far, and 32 strikes, 19 balls. Rangers looking for that ground ball double play. They have turned 1 tonight. A little calling card for Ruiz at first base. Ross studying the signs from Aaron Sebia. Robbie said, yep, that's the one I want. And he missed high. 3 balls and no strikes. He appealed down to third base umpire Doug Eddings. Said, nope, he did not. So Ross had sailed along as far as throwing strikes. Walked Ruiz on a 3-2 pitch. Now has fallen behind to Utley 3 balls and no strikes. He gets a knee-high strike to make it 3-1. Utley hitting in the 3 spot. He'll be followed by the DH tonight. And that is Ryan Howard. Ross ready. Swinging strike 2.
Well, Robbie's gotten a lot of swings and misses tonight, and it hasn't just been sliders away. He's thrown a lot of fastballs by Philly hitters.
Well, we'll see if Ryan Sandberg with a 3-2 count starts Carlos Ruiz from first. Not noted for his blazing speed, but Utley a pretty good bet to make contact on 3-2. The Prince fielder off the bag a little bit. He's going to play behind him a step or two. Ruiz staying put, and the pitch is lofted to center field. Toward the alley, Leonis Martin camps under it. Back to first goes Ruiz. There are now 2 outs, and Howard coming up.
That was a good job by Robbie. He fell behind. Really wasn't close with the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 to Utley. And he came back, threw some strikes, and got that second out. Handled Howard easily the first time up. A couple of breaking balls and a fastball looking for strike 3.
Well, Robbie struck out 4 of the first 6 that he faced tonight. And since then, he has not struck out a hitter. That's okay. He hasn't given up anything else either. That ball in the dirt, Aaron Sebia can't find it momentarily, and that's enough to allow Ruiz to steam into second base. Wild pitch, I would imagine, on that ball in the dirt. It is a wild pitch, but I think that's one that JP would tell you that he should have kept in front of him, not let it get off to the side. 1 ball, no strikes. It's a wave and a miss. Howard last year with runners in scoring position, only 1 home run. I mentioned he only had 11 for the entire year. Way down the list of high water marks for him. That ball's hit pretty well to right center field. Looking up is Rios back in the alley, and that ball's gone. Ryan Howard with his first home run of the year, and the Phillies lead 3-0.
Well, Robbie, when he kept the ball away from Howard, had great success. Struck him out the first time. Got a strike on him, but that ball looked like a breaking ball that stayed on the inner half of the plate. Never got away from him. And that's pitching right into Howard's power. You see the catcher step away, and the ball hangs on the inside part of the plate. And to a left-hand hitter that likes to pull the ball, that's a bad location, especially to a guy with his power. That's paying for a hanging breaking ball right there.
You know, you talked about, Tom, about the struggles that Ross had last year with left-handers. That at bat was a microcosm of those struggles, where he couldn't get the pitch away to a left-hander. Left it on the middle of the plate and paid for it almost every time.
Yeah, and he had a left-hand hitter up there that it looked like, based on the pitches he threw him prior to that he could handle him pretty well if he made his pitches. And certainly Robbie wasn't trying to throw the ball there.
Right.
That was probably the wrong guy to hang it to because he's got the power to hit it out of the ballpark.
Well, 3-0 Philly lead. Here's Marlon Byrd. He pounds one toward the hole, but Elvis shaded him that way. Long throw in the dirt. Nice dig by Prince fielder. Well, the side retired, but Phillies come up with Ryan Howard's 2-run home run. 2 runs on a hit, and nobody left after 2.5. Philadelphia 3, Texas nothing. Fox Sports Southwest. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. Now Josh Wilson to lead things off for the Rangers here in the bottom of the third. Phillies on top 3-0 now, and Wilson takes strike one. Josh 2 for 3 on opening day. And a double. He drove in 3 with that 2-bagger. That was against Cliff Lee. Chops this one foul down past Gary Pettis. And the count moves to 0-2. Three RBI for Wilson on Monday. Tied a career high for a ball game for the very versatile middle infielder. Just off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kendrick has been very economical tonight. 35 pitches here in the second inning. Back up the middle, and he picks it right off the dirt of the mound. Got it in the air. It's a line drive out, 1 away, and back to the top of the Ranger order.
Good movement on the sinker. Throwing that one right in on Josh's fists.
We'll take a look at the Ford leaderboard as a leadoff hitter. Shin-Soo Choo, the best on base percentage since 2012. 415. He's had a Mike Trout, Matt Carpenter, Dexter Fowler. But that's just as a leadoff hitter. And Choo on his first time tonight. So he's been on 5 of the last 6 times that he has come to home plate.
In Choo's career, he's a .389 on base percentage guy. .423 last year. Last year as a leadoff batter. .423 on base percentage. He hit .285. Also hit 21 home runs.
Yeah, that's a great combination. Kendrick, a long look into Ruiz. Now the 1-1 to Choo. 1-2.
Well, Kendrick's doing a pretty nice job of throwing in to the hitters.
Kendrick out of Washington State. Turned down a scholarship to go play quarterback for the Cougars of Washington State to sign with the Phillies. Check swing. It's a foul ball. Still 1-2 the count. Choo originally came up with the Mariners. Went over to Cleveland, into Cincinnati last year.
Big breaking ball that got all the way to the catcher.
Yeah. He missed. Choo took it for 2-2. It's got to be a moral victory, though, for him to get one up there like that.
He gave the hitter something to look at anyway.
Exactly. Kendrick to the wind. And call strike 3. Come back fastball, and got Choo backing out of the way. It tailed back to the inside corner.
Well, he's doing a nice job of pitching in. That one did come back. I think Choo would say he still thought it was inside. Good movement on it. Borderline pitch. Right at the top of the strike zone. He gets the call.
Well, third strikeout credited to Kyle Kendrick tonight. Here's Elvis Andrus, who singled his first time. 0-1. Elvis had a couple of sacrifice bunts in last night's game, and they turned out to be important ones. Now, once the second sacrifice in the 9th inning came with 2 strikes on him. Tried to bunt a couple of times and didn't get the job done, and the sacrifice request stayed on, and he was able to execute. the middle. Utley in shallow center field throws out Andrews. And the Rangers gone in order. That is 9 straight now set down by Kyle Kendrick. We're going to the 4th inning. It's the Phillies 3, the Rangers nothing. Coca-Cola family packs are back for 2014. They offer savings of up to 45%. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Coca-Cola soft drinks, 2 Kids Zones wristbands, and 1 souvenir program. It's one of the best ways to save at Globe Life Park this season. Available for most Sunday through Thursday games, and that goes the entire year. Get yours at TexasRangers.com/specials. Coca-Cola family packs. Dominic Brown starting things off against Robbie Ross here in the 4th inning. Brown struck out the first time he faced the Ranger left-hander. He lofts one out of play to the left. It is 0-2. Phillies 3 runs on 5 hits. Rangers no runs on 2 hits. Got him swinging. Got Brown looking for that breaking ball away and got tied up on the inside fastball.
Yeah, generally I think you would expect Robbie ahead in the count to try to throw that breaking ball down and away to get him to chase it. Instead he comes up and in. And Brown definitely wasn't ready for that one. He's gotten him a couple of times today.
Ross with his 5th strikeout. 1 away for John Mayberry Jr. Mayberry lofted a single into right field his first time, and that pitch all the way to the backstop. John Mayberry Jr. out of Stanford University, a former first-round pick of the Rangers. Rangers shipped him off to Philadelphia for Greg Golson. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. 2006 graduate of Stanford with a degree in political science, John Mayberry Jr. Robbie Ross now at 67 pitches for tonight. 43 strikes, 24 balls, 27 of those pitches came in the first inning. The 1-2. We'll try it again. Rangers finish up this opening series tonight, have an off day tomorrow, and they travel on down to Tampa. And will take on the Tampa Bay Rays starting Friday night. Joe Saunders in the first game on Friday night. Saturday night, it's going to be Nick Martinez with his major league debut. And then on Sunday, Yu Darvish will be back on the hill.
Yeah, Darvish tuned up for that with 83 pitches and an extended bullpen session yesterday, and that was good enough. Everybody saw enough that he can go right into the rotation and pitch on Sunday.
Check swing, runs the count full. It'll be interesting to see how he fares. He said he wasn't real happy with his command yesterday, but you got to remember that Yu Darvish too talked about his command. Sometimes he's pretty picky about the command that he wants. That pitch is just off the outside corner, ball 4, as Mayberry draws the 1-out walk. Second free pass issued by Ross tonight. And it brings up Cody Ashi. Those waffle cones.
Looks like he's going to make that last a while too.
Right. Ashi 4 out of 5 in this opening series.
2 of the 4 have been little dribblers right down the third baseline.
With his chop foul, it's 0-1. And this time Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, playing a little closer to the line. He had a pretty big overshift on for Ashi with everyone around to the right side. Beltre was probably another 15 feet to his left. He has moved back instead. 0-2. Rangers, after that Tampa series, go on into Fenway and take on the Red Sox Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Robbie Ross will be pitching that Wednesday early evening game there. The 0-2 on the way. Try it again. Ashi came up last year and played about 50 ball games for the Phillies. Hit 235 with 5 home runs. And he has caught window shopping here against Robbie Ross. Took that for the call, 3rd strike.
Yeah, Robbie threw a curveball that time. Throwing a lot of cutters, sliders. That time he dropped the curveball right on the outside corner. Got the call, keeping the ball away from Ashi.
Our tracker brought to you by Steel tonight.
6 strikeouts for Robbie.
2 gone here in the 4th. Here's Jason Nix. Nix grounded into that double play that ended the Phillies' second. Pretty good fastball that came inside and
catcher's interference.
Yep, catcher's interference as Aaron Sebia had the glove a little too far toward the plate, and that swing by Jason Nix made contact. Well, that's going to put Nix at first, and down to second goes Mayberry.
There it is. The one hitter that probably has done that more than anybody that we've seen anyway in the last 5 or 6 years was David Murphy.
Yep,
David Murphy seemed like he did that a couple of times every season he was here.
Well, that goes down as a no at bat for Jason Nix. An error is charged to JP Aaron Sebia. Into the top of the order for Ben Revere, who has to backbend out of the way of that high tight fastball. Revere a strikeout and a ground ball to short. Up there now with runner in scoring position. John Mayberry Jr. out at second base. Jason Nix at first. And Ross able to hit the inside corner with a strike. Ross is ready. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Revere got fisted and able to fight it off.
The pitch looked like almost the same pitch that Dominic Brown struck out on, up and in like that. Almost knocked the bat out of Revere's hand.
Revere trying to pick up a run. See, the Phillies have hit very well with runners in scoring position. Slaps it to the left side. Beltre will tag Mayberry Jr. He intercepted him just before he got to third. That'll do it. No runs on no hits, an error, and a walk. 2 are left. 3.5 gone by. It's 3-0 Philadelphia.
Arlington, the Rangers trailing the Phillies 3-0. And who do we have here but the guy who threw out the first pitch tonight and just happened to win a Super Bowl a couple of months ago, Russell Wilson, the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. First of all, Russell, welcome to Arlington. What's it been like the last few months for you?
It's been awesome. It's been a blessing. You know, obviously the number one thing I've been trying to focus on is just my work ethic and continue to do all the things necessary to have another championship offseason. But to be here and to go to spring training with the Texas Rangers and they come down here is truly a treat for me. And to be around a championship organization, championship players, championship coaching staff and executives and the fans too. It's a lot of fun, and I love thinking about those type of things. It keeps me motivated.
When this team acquired you in the Rule 5 draft, is this what you anticipated that it would be for you to be around this organization as much as you have?
Yeah, of course. That's what John Daniels called me, and he called me at 6:15 in the morning during the season and just told me that they really wanted me to play baseball if I ever wanted to, and they wanted me to be a part of their organization. But also, if I didn't play baseball, just to be around the guys and talk mentality and talk about just my life experiences and all. So it's truly been a treat to be a part of this type of organization forever, for a long time. It's really special. Yeah,
you're just 25. You've already won one Super Bowl. Let's say you win a couple more. It's time for a new challenge, right?
I've always thought about playing two sports. No, I'm just, for me, you got to take one day at a time, and just prepare to win, prepare to be a champion every day. And that's how I try to think all the time. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be a quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, I think about it. Sometimes I'm amazed. It's like, I'm one of 32. One of 32 guys in the world that's able to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League. That's crazy to me. It's so surreal, and to win the Super Bowl in my second year, and hopefully win a lot more of them you know, you don't take it for granted. You just take one day at a time.
Obviously, the preparation key for you. I noticed you took some warm-up pitches before you threw out the first pitch. Talk strategy here as you take a look.
Just get back in the groove of throwing a baseball again. I've been so used to throwing a football for so long, you know. But it was easy, you know. You got up on the mound, just delivered a strike, you know. So there's no nerves there at all.
What kind of conversations do you have with the guys in the clubhouse?
Just about life, just about being enthusiastic about the day, and just having fun too. You know, just enjoying it. That's the cool thing about baseball. You come out here and everybody's relaxed. Everybody knows what they have to do for the day, and that's the great thing about playing professional baseball. A.J.
Preller told me an interesting story about you. He said he went to watch you at one of your games at NC State, knew you weren't going to be in the lineup, knew you weren't playing because of the matchups. But he said the work ethic that you had before the game, your preparation and pregame, was what impressed him the most. Just talk about that aspect of things and how you hope to rub off on the young guys.
Well, when I was at NC State, I went there to play football and baseball, and I played, obviously, football. I started freshman, sophomore, junior year and all that, and then also in baseball, you know, I was a high draft pick out of high school. I was going to be, you know, a first, second, third round pick out of high school, and I decided to go play 2 sports. So for me, my freshman year, I played a lot in baseball. My sophomore year, I played a lot. But my junior year, I only had 90 at-bats. I only faced lefties. So it was one of those things that I had to be mentally tough and believe in myself and know that no matter what, nobody can stop me, and I know that I can make it either way. And I was still able to get drafted in the 4th round. I was really a second baseman, shortstop, and I played a lot of outfield my junior year. So, you know, I went out to the outfield and just laid out for balls, tried to rob balls all the time, even though I wasn't going to play in the game that much, and for whatever reason. So it was just one of those things that, you know, I didn't let anybody slow me down, and I just believed in myself, and I was able to still get selected pretty high.
Russell, it's a pleasure to have you in the Rangers organization, and very impressive to talk to you. And now I can see why the Rangers front office treat you like Justin Bieber. I mean, they really do. They think very highly of you. Russell, thanks for the time. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Guys.
All right, Emily, thank you. Interesting stuff. Very interesting young man, Russell Wilson. And in the meantime, fielder had walked, and Adrian BELTRE grounded into a fielder's choice. So fielder removed from second base.
Nice quick release by Jason Nix, playing shortstop tonight. Jimmy Rollins not here tonight. His wife gave birth, according to the reports that I saw. Jason Nix getting an opportunity to play shortstop. Did a nice job trying to start that double play.
A 1-on-1 out now. Here's Alex Rios, who skied to center field his first time up there, and he takes low and outside for ball 1. Rios coming over to the Rangers last year from the Chicago White Sox, a mid-year deal, and really had an impact on the Ranger club, especially with the loss of Nelson Cruz for the last 50 games. That's out of play to the right.
The Rangers trying to get a little something going here. Haven't had base runners since CHOO and Andrus started off the game with a couple of hits. Had men on second and third, nobody out. And the big guys coming up couldn't even get one of them home. They got 3 runs to make up now.
And it seems like there's been kind of a hangover from that too, Tom, and not getting the guys home in the first inning. Up the middle, off the glove of a diving Chase Utley. And stopping at second is BELTRE. So a rocket off the bat of Rios. Rangers have 2 on and 1 out for Mitch Moreland.
Alex has had a lot of good at-bats early in the season. His first time up with 2 strikes, hit an off-speed pitch all the way to the warning track in dead center field. And this time he gets the pitch out over the plate, puts a nice smooth swing on it. Utley almost made a spectacular play. Wasn't able to get to it. Now Mitch has got a chance to do something right here.
And with 2 on, that makes Moreland the tying run in this ball game at home plate. Mitch lined to right field. Back in the second inning, he let off that frame. Moreland last year, of course, career highs, home runs, RBI. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Moreland 23 home runs last year, 60 runs driven in. Also had career highs in doubles. He had 24. Tied his career high with 60 runs scored. Got Beltre at second, Rios at first. Rangers trailing 3-0. Kendrick to the plate. Double play ground ball. Utley nicks on to first. 4-6-3, and that will do it for the Rangers. They get a hit, they strand one. We're going to the 5th inning. It's still the Phillies 3, the Rangers 0 on Fox Sports Southwest. At 10 o'clock, right here on Fox Sports Southwest, where it's not about the score, it's always about the experience. Now we head to the 5th inning. It'll be the Phillies coming to bat, leading 3-0, and joining us in the booth, as always in the 5th inning at home, Mark McLemore. Matt, good to see you.
Good to be seen.
This is the 3rd day in a row now we've had entirely different ball games, and what we saw yesterday and what we've seen tonight, what we saw on Monday. I guess that's baseball, huh?
That's the beauty of baseball. You never know what you're going to get. You may expect one thing and you'll get something totally different.
Carlos Ruiz leading things off, has been aboard both times tonight. And he pops it fouling out of play. He's also scored 2 times. What have your impressions of Robbie Ross in his first major league start?
Actually, I think he's handled it, pretty well. I mean, obviously he's gotten a couple of pitches that he wants back, but I think he's doing a very good job, this being his first major league start. He's not as sharp as he wants to be, but, all in all, so far, I think he's done a pretty good job.
2 balls, 2 strikes, as Ruiz leads off the top of the 5th. And that changeup floats outside. It's 3-2. Ruiz batting in the number 2 slot. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Chase Utley. Now the payoff pitch. And he's going to be on base 3 times. Solid single to left field through the hole. And Ruiz now with a double, a walk, and a single.
When Ruiz has gotten his pitch to hit, he's hit it hard. Double in the 1st inning. That ball was laced into left field. That pitch is close and out of the strike zone. He's taken it. He's walked 3 times already this year.
Ross now up to 86 pitches. This is probably going to put him on a pretty short leash in this inning, I would think. Cram 86 pitches into 4 innings plus 1 hitter. That can fatigue you in a hurry. Utley 1 out of 2 tonight, the first inning single.
No one's called the bullpen yet, but there's about 3 guys doing jumping jacks down there, so they're anticipating that phone is going to ring.
A lot different than Monday when you couldn't get anybody to answer the phone down there. 14-10 game. 1-0 as Utley waits. Center field hit pretty well. Martin back and to his left makes the catch shy of the warning track. Back to first goes Ruiz. Utley hit it well, but ballpark playing pretty big tonight. 1 gone.
Yeah, made that home run that Ryan Howard hit even more impressive. We've seen a lot of balls hit pretty well that didn't get out of here last night and tonight, but the one he did.
Sean Tollison up and loosening the first man up in the Ranger bullpen. And speaking of Ryan Howard, here he is. 1 for 2, that 2-run blast, his first home run of the year. And he was trying to go back-to-back with it. 0-1. He pretty much fills up that left-handed hitter's box up there. Big man.
That's an imposing figure. How did you do that when you had, you're facing guys that large and even larger?
Made sure they didn't hit the ball back up the middle. They were going to pull it or the other way, not up the middle. That's what I was told about first time I faced Frank Howard. Wow. He looked like he just kept going forever up there. He was a big man. Wow. I said, don't let him hit the ball back at you. Okay. Good idea.
You talk about Frank Howard. I can't imagine that. When I came in, he was coaching.
Right.
And he would run out to the first base coaching box, and that was just frightening.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just a huge man.
Strikeout of Howard, so it's either been the penthouse or the basement for Robbie Ross and Ryan Howard. A couple of punch outs and a 2-run home run.
Well, he's handled them on every pitch he's thrown him, except the hanging breaking ball that he hit out of the ballpark. It was the one pitch that he hung, and Howard didn't miss it, but he was overmatched with those three pitches.
Sure was. Well, here's Marlon Byrd for his third at bat. Marlon has been called out on strikes, grounded to short. Ruiz still at first. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Broken bat line to center. Martin coming on. He has to play it on a hop. Looked like he hit a knuckleball out there. And Byrd is aboard with his first hit of the night. Stopping at second is Ruiz, and Mike Maddox on his way to the mound. That looked like one of those balls that you guys talk about, the ball hit right at you as an outfielder. Not only was it hit right at Leonys Martin, but it had a little wiggle from side to side on it.
Yeah, I think the hardest ball for a center fielder is a line drive hit directly at you. Looked like he hit it off the end of the bat. Ball carried pretty well. I think off the bat, maybe Leonys wasn't sure he was going to have a chance to catch it. Then when he realized he did, he didn't have time to catch it. Did the right thing, though, with 2 outs. Keep the ball in front of him. Robbie has handled Dominic Brown, the next hitter, very easily. He struck him out twice.
Mike Maddox lightening things up a little bit, along with the home plate umpire Marvin Hudson out there. Both of them have smiles on their faces. Robbie wasn't yucking it up, though. He's a little more serious than that right about now. Facing Dominic Brown with Carlos Ruiz at second, Marlon Byrd at first. A little late swing and a miss. That ball was in the glove of Aaron Sebia before Brown pulled the trigger. Ross ready to work. Just off the outside corner. Robbie Ross, the Kentucky native. Back to the plate. That is out of play to the left. And again, Robbie with the advantage in the count to Brown. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, he's gotten him once on a hard slider away. He's tied him up with a fastball up and in for strike 3s. See if he has one more
option to go to. And a ground ball out to Elvis. He will take it to second ahead of a sliding Marlon Byrd, and that will do it. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left for the Phillies. It's midway through the ball game. Philadelphia 3, Texas nothing.
Interviewing Justin Bieber?
Yeah, okay, I need to clarify. I would like to issue a public apology to Russell Wilson. I meant that the Rangers front office guys, John Daniels, Thad Levine, AJ Preller, all those guys ooze and ooze great things about Russell Wilson. And I said they're acting like teenagers at a Justin Bieber concert. That was the analogy I was going for. I did not in any way mean to imply that Russell Wilson is anything like Justin Bieber, other than perhaps in the minds of screaming teenagers. So maybe I was so impressed by the aura and the presence of Russell Wilson that I was unable to fully execute the analogy that I was going for, and so I apologize.
Well,
I apologize to everyone who heard it.
I would have the name of a much better person than Justin Bieber at the tip of your tongue, because there's never been an athlete that I've ever met that would be flattered, no matter how you use that little guy's name.
Okay, well taken. Let me say this. I did reach out to John Daniels in an effort to make sure that this analogy wasn't going to make anyone too angry. And he claimed I was going to use the One Direction analogy, which I hear is very big amongst the teenagers. One Direction is a band, apparently. He did not know who One Direction was. So I went with Justin Bieber because I felt like it was John Daniels endorsed. And look where it got me.
Well, now, Em, you reached out to John Daniels, and Russell just reached out to me and said he is never coming back to a Ranger game, ever.
I apologize. I have really screwed up.
All I could say is that if you take John not knowing who New Direction was as an endorsement of Justin Bieber, you better go back to your logic class, because you must have flunked it.
I should reconsider my entire career choice at this point in time, guys.
No. You're the best, Em, but you got to know when to fold them right there.
I am officially folding. The table is yours, fellas.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure she helped herself with that explanation.
No, she didn't.
No.
It's a much deeper hole now.
Russell's just hoping.
Russell's just hoping. Wilson. That's all I want to say.
He's just hoping Pete Carroll wasn't watching tonight, hoping his name's not going to be the Beebs when he goes back under center.
That's a good point.
So sorry, Russell.
Good point.
So sorry.
Oh, my goodness. Well, one out, as you saw, J.P. Arancibia lined to right center field. Now Russell Wilson's talking to John Daniels and company, saying, hey, what is the deal with this Justin Bieber thing?
He just went in to see Scott Hunter, the team's internist. Got his temperature taken. He's got Bieber fever.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And spiced up this broadcast.
Taking it to a new level.
Leonis Martin up there with a count of 2 balls and a strike as we get back to baseball, I think. And that's to center fielder Revere to his left. Oh, good closing speed. Martin is out, 2 away.
2 hard hit balls for outs.
With 2 outs, Josh Wilson coming up. Let's head over to Dana Larson with the Mazda game break. Dana. Thanks, Dana. Appreciate that. I knew that you were not going to get involved in that Justin Bieber thing. Been around too long to let that happen, right?
The good part about the broadcast is most of the viewers who are in my demographic, the people that I admire the most,
right,
they never heard of Justin Bieber anyway, so they don't have to worry about it.
Fastball up and in to Josh Wilson. Wilson lined right back to the box first time up. Rangers being shut out on just 3 hits by Kyle Kendrick through the first 4 2/3. That pitch low, 2 balls and a strike. Josh Wilson, a good solid spring. That's what Ron Washington mentioned when he was asked about the reason that Josh Wilson started second base opening day. He said, hey, he earned the opportunity. He was there the entire spring, worked real hard, and got the job done. That's out of play to the right. And it evens the count at 2-2.
Matt, did you ever go to spring training competing for a job, have a great spring, and not get the job? Did you ever have that happen to you?
I did go a few times having to compete for a job and actually make the team, but I never got to the point where I played well and didn't get it. That would be devastating.
Right back to the middle, and again, Kendrick right there, and that's going to do it. Rangers gone in order. Mac, thanks for joining us, and go study up on your Justin Bieber stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Could be important.
I'm right on it.
On to the 6th, 3-0 Philadelphia. Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealer. Take the EcoBoost Challenge to see why Ford is the best in Texas. When we go to the 6th inning, Robbie Ross Jr.'s first start is finished. Sean Tollison, the Allen resident, and Baylor X on and now to take on the Phillies here in inning number 6, and fires a strike to John Mayberry Jr.
Well, you look at Robbie's outing tonight, 5 innings, 7 hits, a couple of earned runs. He did a lot of good things. I'm sure there's a couple of spots he'd like to improve on, but overall, he struck out 7 in 5 innings, made a lot of really good pitches, gave up an unearned run in the first inning. And then really the one pitch of the whole night that he would want back was the hanging breaking ball that he threw to Ryan Howard, the 2-run homer that hurt the most. But he made a lot of good pitches to Howard, struck him out the other 2 times, including on 3 straight pitches, his 3rd time up. So a lot of things to build on from that start from Robbie tonight, a lot of good things. And it would look a lot better if the Rangers had scored a bunch of runs for him.
We'll take a look at the Budweiser pitching line for Robbie Ross. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned, and 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 96 pitches for Robbie Ross. Sean Tollison, the 26-year-old, on the hill now. 1-2 pitch. BELTRE picks it clean. Out number 1.
That ball just didn't have a chance when it was going that direction.
That ball magnet over there in Adrian's glove, and it's going to stick.
It's one of those balls that takes a little bit of a short hop. Not that that's an easy play, but it's a lot easier than if it bounced about 3 feet more in front of him. Then it becomes a much tougher hop to handle.
1 away now, Cody Ashe up for his 3rd at bat. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. And Tollison hits the outside corner. Tollison back to the plate. He rolled over on one to Prince Fielder. Underhands to Tollison. Very quickly, 2 outs. And Sean Tollison doing what he does well, and that's get a lot of ground balls. Sean picked up on a waiver claim from the Dodgers by the Rangers this last November. Originally, Tollison came up with the Dodgers in 2012. Had 40 ball games that year. Last year, had some injury issues, had a lower back strain, and only ended up working in 5 ball games the entire year. Now Jason Nix steps to the plate. Nix 0 for 1. Reached last time on catcher's interference. Also grounded into a double play. Phillies 3 runs, 7 hits. They have committed 2 errors tonight. Rangers no runs, 3 hits. And they also have a pair of miscues. It's into the club level down the right side. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. John Tollison in his career at Baylor, 2 times an academic All Big 12 selection. Missed upstairs, an off-speed pitch. Hung up. 2-1. Nix moving around a little bit. Played 3rd base last night. And he started shortstop tonight. Chopper to the right side. Ranging to his left is Wilson. He can't get there. And Nix has his first hit. The chopper through into right field. A 2-out base hit, and it brings up Ben Revere.
Boy, the hitter, you'd like to get a hit like that. The second baseman shading up the middle. You take a base hit away from him if he hits it up the middle, like they did in the 2nd inning. Nix hit a ball right over the pitcher's mound, turned into a double play. This time, he gets the better of it.
It's a chopper to second base that goes in for a base hit. I guess you'd rather give up a 2-out single than a base hit up the middle with 2 men on.
Here's Revere, who's 0 for 3. Struck out and grounded out twice. Takes low and outside for ball 1. And Revere, despite being 0 for 3 tonight, you go back almost a full year to last May, he's hitting .346, which is the best by anybody in baseball with qualifying number of at-bats. Off-speed pitch, and that's chopped foul. The count evens to him at a ball and a strike. They're still just 25 years of age. Very fleet-footed center fielder. We've seen him roaming in the outfield tonight. He has made a couple of outstanding plays defensively. Phillies feel like they have a cornerstone of their offense and defense in this young man. Nix away from the bag at first. The 1-1 pitch. Instead, it's a toss over there to drive Nix back. Donaldson sets again. And misses with a changeup. 2-1. Pedro Figueroa, the left-hander, loosening in the Ranger bullpen. Donaldson again paying pretty close attention to Nix. Phillies 3 runs on 8 hits tonight. Rangers no runs on 3 hits. Donaldson trying to keep this at a 3-0 disadvantage. There goes Nix, and the pitch is grounded to the right side. Good job by Wilson to reverse his field. He's able to make the play. So Revere out. Phillies are gone. No runs a hit. They strand their 7th man of the game. After 5.5, 3-0 Philadelphia on Fox Sports Southwest. It's time now for the Sonic Slam Inning, brought to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $300 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight, the Rangers are hitting for Spencer Faulkner from Rockwall. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during the inning, Spencer Faulkner from Rockwall will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Well, the top of the order for the Rangers. They are playing from behind here with 4 at-bats left, and there's a shot off of Kendrick to the shortstop, Nix. And I'll bet that had some crazy spin on it. That got Kendrick on the right hip.
It had to be spinning the way it spun out of Jason's glove. Wow, that was a rope. The Rangers have hit the ball hard. The last 4 hitters, Aaron Sibia, Martin, line shots to the outfield. Josh Wilson, hard ground ball back to the mound. And this is a bullet. I think it had so much spin it couldn't catch it in his glove.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Just spun right out of there.
Now they're going to rule that an error, and that may
that's a tough one.
They may have a second look at it. You saw the ball ricochet off the right thigh of Kyle Kendrick. In any event, 1 on, nobody out. Here's Elvis. And the first pitch to him is low for ball 1. Elvis is single in the first. Ground ball to second in the third inning. 1 out of 2. 3 for 10 in the young season of 2014. Kendrick ready, a long look at CHOO. And he hits the inside corner. Elvis raising his arms up to let it pass by. Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire, threw up that right fist.
We've mentioned it several times that Kendrick has done a nice job tonight pitching into the hitters, both left-hand hitters and right-hand hitters. Definitely made all the hitters aware that he will pound the ball in.
A ball and a strike. And Kendrick, pretty quick move to first. CHOO back with a dive, and Benji Molina over to have a little chat with him. Good look from our wedgie cam out there in right field. The wedge right down the right field line, and great look that we haven't had before in this ballpark. Now the 1-1. It's at the knees, 1-2. Elvis last year had to do about 3.5 months of heavy-duty lifting to get his average back up over 270. He really struggled the first couple of months. Struggled both hitting the ball with authority, and when he did, finding a hole someplace. But he got it going just before the All-Star break and finished off very strongly. 2-2 now. Ron Washington saying that Elvis Andrus is the best number 2 hitter he has, and that's why he's up there. There have been a lot of suggestions about potential lineup changes when Prince Fielder came over and when Shin-SOO Choo was signed, and Josh adamant that Elvis was going to be in that number 2 slot. And we've seen him do some things. A hit and run base hit tonight, the 2 sacrifices last night, setting the table for Prince Fielder, for ADRIAN BELTRE. That's what Elvis can do effectively. A lot of confidence placed in Elvis Andrus by that man, who's left side of the infield playmate over there, ADRIAN BELTRE, and by Ron Washington. Chopper to third, backing up. Ashe is going to go to second. They get the force on the sliding CHOO. A dangerous play, and Ashe able to make it very effectively. So CHOO erased. On at first, Elvis Andrus. He's there with 1 out.
It looked like he might have backed up to the point where he was going to have a hard time getting anybody out. But he had confidence in his ability to throw accurately and get something on it to get the lead runner. So he played it back to get a good hop and had the arm strength to make the play at second base.
Chase Utley becoming a first baseman over there, stretching out for it. Here's Fielder, who has walked and struck out. Couldn't get the off-speed pitch. Strike one. Fielder still looking for his first home run in this, the third game of the year. Rangers only have one home run in the first three. There's a rip and a miss. 0-2.
A couple of good changeups from Kendrick. Did a good job of changing speeds tonight. Rangers have had some hard hit outs, but only 3 hits in the game.
Try to come inside with that fastball. And he got him on the inside corner. That comeback fastball, and boy, he just nailed down the corner.
Nice pitching. 2 really good changeups to get ahead of the count. Just pinpointed the 0-2 pitch exactly where you wanted it. See, Ruiz sets up outside, jumps back to the inside corner, and then Kendrick just delivers that ball exactly where he tried to, and it came back and caught the inside corner.
I don't think you can execute much better than that.
I don't think you can. It's perfect.
2 away now. Adrian Beltre at the plate is 0 for 2 tonight. And that throw over at first base got Elvis, got him in the leg, and he is hobbled. Now Kendrick, a quick move, a spin move to first, and his throw was wide of the mark. Mayberry Jr. couldn't get a glove on him. He hit Elvis, looked like he got him in the thigh. Oh, he got him in the left shin. Yep. Man, that's not something the Rangers need to have happen. Ron Washington out there with Matt Lucero. Elvis slowed this spring, of course, by the forearm problem from throwing, and still able to hit. Now he's going to have a pretty good mark on that left shin. Speaking of shins, by the way, Angel Beltre today had some surgery. Fly ball to center field. We'll tell you about that in the next half inning. Beltre flies out. Rangers are gone. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 man is left. We go to the 7th inning in Arlington. 3-0 Philadelphia. third inning, a 1-0 ball game, and Ryan Howard up there against Robbie Ross Jr., and he struck the biggest blast of the night. A 410-foot home run to deepest right center field. And that is a huge difference in the ball game. 3-0. The Phillies on top, 3 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for Philadelphia. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Rangers. First major league start for Ross, and Robbie acquitted himself pretty well.
I do too.
But that man, Kyle Kendrick, has acquitted himself even better. He shut out the Rangers for 6. And Sean Tollison back out to the hill after a pretty easy 6th inning, facing Carlos Ruiz, who has not been retired tonight.
And Pedro Figueroa continues to throw in the bullpen, and he may come in to face Utley and Howard, 2 left-hand hitters who bat after Ruiz.
Off speed and down a bit low. It is 2 balls and a strike to Ruiz. That time called. Thomason ready to go, but Ruiz was not. Rangers need to get in comeback mode if they are to keep their string of winning the first series of the year intact. A towering foul ball to the left into the upper deck. That's something you don't see very often. Ruiz turning on an inside pitch, and that wasn't fair when he hit it. 2-2.
Whoa.
Just missed the outside corner. Tollison now with a 3-2 count to Ruiz. And that pitch in a pretty good spot right there. And no, those are not reviewable. Ball strike calls. Our tracker tonight brought to you by Echo. To right field. Alex Rios started back, now comes in a few steps. And the Rangers finally find a way to retire Carlos Ruiz to start things off. And it looks like for Sean Tollison, that's going to be it. With the couple of left-handers coming up, Ron Washington on his way to the mound. He will ask for Pedro Figueroa to come on and work to the 2 left-handers. So a pitching change underway here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Pedro Figueroa making his way in from the right center field bullpen. We'll be back to tell you about the left-hander right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. 9-7-2 Rangers. Pedro Figueroa, the hard-throwing left-hander, on now to face Chase Utley. Very forgettable numbers as far as Pedro is concerned from Monday. Inning and 2/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, walk and a strikeout. Utley 1 for 3 tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. Pedro Figueroa, the 28-year-old from the Dominican Republic, comes back to the plate. And this is high and away. 2 balls and no strikes.
He didn't miss by much. 96 miles an hour, 97 miles an hour, but he's behind in the count, 2-0.
And Tom, you were talking about it Monday when Pedro came in. That's the one thing that's held him back so far from being a very quality major league pitcher. He certainly has the stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the arm, but you know, at the big league level, you have to consistently throw the ball where you're trying to throw it.
He's fallen behind Utley, 3 balls and no strikes.
But there's a lot to work with, that's for sure.
Yeah. And the left-hander back to the plate. Missed outside and low, ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk puts Utley aboard and brings up Ryan Howard. Third walk issued by the Ranger pitching staff tonight. Washington making some notes on that particular at bat.
Take a look at the 4 pitches. They don't. 2 of them are pretty close. Could have gone either way. The first 2 pitches, he's trying to throw the ball away. He misses. The next 2 are right around the strike zone. But I think for the most part, if you had trouble throwing strikes, you probably have trouble getting the call on the close pitches.
Yep. I agree with you on that. And most umpires are not going to be calling balls 2 feet outside or 2 feet high and then give you one on the corner. They just don't do that. Okay, Pierre and Seaby out to have a brief chat with Figueroa. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning, Ryan Howard. We showed you that massive blast he hit to deepest right center field out in the bleachers. His first home run of the year. Rip the foul tip. It is 1-1. Howard back in there. It's a very spread stance at home plate. Big man with a slightly open stance. Feet wide apart. Line drive right at fielder. He steps on the bag. And it's a double play. 3 unassisted. And just like that, the walker is erased. And the Phillies are sent down. 7th inning stretch time at Globe Life Park in Arlington. It's the Phillies 3, the Rangers nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Alex Rios starting off the Rangers' 7th inning. Texas down 3-0 to the Phillies. It'll be Rios, Moreland, and Aaron Sebia against Kyle Kendrick. Rios tonight 1 for 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The Rangers, through the first 6 innings against Kendrick, really stifled by the right-hander. Just 3 base hits. Looper out into center field. Revere coming on, and with his speed, not much of a problem. That is out number 1. Well, folks, it's time to tweet your photos to us so we can get them on the air. Be on the upcoming broadcast after we make our selection. Thanks to AT&T. Just use hashtag RangersFanPhoto, and we'll start selecting your photos to be aired all during the season. 1 out. Here's Mitch Moreland. A 1-1. Moreland is lined to right, grounded into a double play. Kendrick just off the outside corner. Again, Kendrick only at 86 pitches as he works with 1 out in the 7th inning. To the wind he goes. And Moreland a rip and a miss at that changeup.
Well, he's presented a pretty nice clinic on pitching tonight. He is really pitching, making pitches, hitting his location, changing speeds. Been pretty impressive against the Ranger hitters tonight.
Moreland asked for timeout. Mario Hollins made his major league debut in last night's ball game. Warming in the bullpen. There's a fastball that just off the inside corner.
That's one of the few that he's thrown inside that hasn't come back and caught the inside corner. And most of them with several of them with 2 strikes to get a strikeout. Once to fielder, once to CHOO.
Moreland to right center field on the run as Revere can't get there. It is down and all the way to the wall. Moreland going for 3. Here comes the relay throw, the head first slide. He is in safely with a 1-out triple.
Oh, off the bat, you said, oh boy, here's another one for Revere to run down in center field, but Mitch just hit that one so hard, Revere couldn't get to it. Went right by him. Nice shot. Trying to rally late and get back in this game. Ball's away from Mitch. Actually looked like he hit it a little bit toward the end of the bat, but that thing shot out to right center field. Must have had a little hooking action on it.
Yep. Well, for Moreland, that is his 3rd major league triple. Well, he is at 3rd, just 1 out, and J. Pierre Ancibia takes high for ball 1.
Mitch going to do everything he could to be safe. Boy, that's a big guy. Head first dive into third base.
Does the term runaway freight train come to mind? Do you see that?
I'm just glad he didn't face plant.
Yeah.
Who did that last year? Kinsler?
Yeah.
Diving in, kind of stuck with his chest and his head went down.
Dug a furrow with his nose and went into the dirt. 1-0 pitch now to Aaron Sebia. Pretty good rip and fouled it back. 1-1.
Pretty good rip, pretty good one to hit too. Fastball out over the plate. Put a charge in one the last time up. What a line shot that sent Revere scrambling back toward the warning track. Nice play to run it down in right center field.
Now Kendrick taking a little too long for the likes of JP. He's back in there now. Check of Moreland. Kendrick from the stretch. 2-1. Arancibia last year, 21 home runs. Getting below 200, 194 to be exact. And a dangerous 194 last year. It's back to the screen. The count evens at 2-2. JP working on a lot of things in spring training with Dave Magadan, see if he can't get the batting stroke back to where he's productive. See the fourth most home runs since 2011 by a major league catcher. There's Dave. The 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ground ball to Aishi. Checks Moreland back, fires across the diamond. Arancibia is retired. There are 2 outs. Leonis Martin coming up. Mitch still trying to catch his breath down there. Conference on the mound. Ryan Sandberg going out to check in with Kyle Kendrick. Just wanted to make sure he was all right, that he had enough to go after Martin with. Kendrick won his case, led his case to Sandberg. So yeah, I'm good. I can go after this guy. Leonis, a couple of flyouts, one's to center, one's to left. First pitch from Kendrick. In at the knees, another off-speed pitch. Rangers trying to break through here in the 7th inning. Check swing, and that just did stay inside. A ball and a strike. 6 2/3 shutout frames for Kyle Kendrick thus far. 4 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. And the right-hander is ready to work once again. In the dirt, looks like another breaking ball. 2-1. Moreland a 1-out triple. 1 out later, he's still there. Back in the first inning, the Rangers' best scoring opportunity. They had runners at second and third and nobody out, and couldn't get the run home. Base hit to right field. That'll score Moreland. Leonis Martin drives in his 3rd run of the year, and the Rangers are on the board. It's now the Phillies 3 and the Rangers 1.
Leonis has had a lot of good at-bats early in the season. He's showing a pretty good eye at the plate, laying off close pitches, and when he gets his pitch, nice, short, quick swing. Got a couple of big RBI hits in the first ball game. And this gets the Rangers on the board. It's a good pitch to hit, takes advantage of it, rips it right into right field for a run. Rangers were in danger of leaving a man on third base. They did that back in the first inning. That's a big 2-out hit right there.
And now we're going to get a pinch hitter. It'll be the local product, Michael Joyce, coming off the bench. And it's interesting because Ryan Sandberg now would have not much of a reason to go to his left-hander in the bullpen. Well, Michael Joyce coming off the bench to a pinch hit for Josh Wilson. So Joyce represents now the tying run at home plate with 2 outs. Here in the 7th inning.
I think what Wash is saying here is in this kind of a game, he wants a guy up there who with one swing of the bat might be able to launch one out of here to tie the ball game.
Michael has certainly shown that ability. Led the team in home runs in the spring. He had 5 of them. Oh, 0-1 to right field. Bird coming on, still coming on, makes a nice running catch. And that will do it. The Rangers get on the board, though. They score a run on 2 hits and leave 1. We're going to the 8th. Phillies 3, the Rangers 1 on Fox Sports Southwest. new pitcher on the hill for Ron Washington's club. It'll be Seth Rosine, the fourth pitcher used tonight by the Rangers. Rosine also appeared on opening day, and he was the only one really that got out of the game unscathed.
Well, he showed the ability to throw strikes. A pretty good sinker in that game. Again, he's a Rule 5 draft choice, which means he has to stay in the big leagues after he was claimed. Big, strong kid.
Marlon Byrd going up the ladder, but came up a rung short or so. Couldn't get on top of it. 1-1 the count. Donnie Murphy gets into the ballgame now. Takes over at second base. Josh Wilson was pinch hit for by Michael Choice. And Murphy taking over defensively. 1-1 from Rosine. Good off-speed pitch there, and it's 1-2.
An excellent job. Probably it for Kyle Kendrick. Did a nice job. 5 hits and 1 run. Pitched out of a jam or two, but for the most part, he kept the Rangers, as they say, off balance with a good assortment of pitches.
Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Byrd. Marlon 1 for 3, had a 5th inning single. Also was called out on strikes and grounded out. Rosine to the plate. Got him swinging.
Good pitch.
And as Dominic Brown comes up, let's head over and say hello to Jim Knox again. Jim.
All right, Buzz, we're right here in the Majestic Grand Slam gift shop. Something new this year, a brand new Oakley store. That's right, Tiffany. Ranger fans can come in and they can customize their glasses, do a customized Ranger glass.
Yes, you can completely customize. You can throw some red and blue in there and make it completely yours.
And voila, here it is, the final Oakley glass. Nice Rangers glass. And look at this. This is a Justin Bieber look-alike right here. What do you think, Buzz? Huh? What do you think, Emily? Will that pass? Way to go. Nice Ranger fan. Oakley store here in the Majestic Grand Slam gift shop. Buzz?
All right, Knox, thank you. I'm not sure Emily's going to live that down.
I think Em's going to wish she didn't say that. You know what, though? She can handle it.
Yep.
She can dish it out, but she can take it, too.
Yeah,
so
she can.
She'll get over it. And she's probably storing up a few things to shoot right back our way, too. So
probably.
I guess we better be ready.
Yeah, she has a microphone, too. And she gets up here. Well, after the Dominic Brown signal, here's John Mayberry Jr. with Brown at first base. Rosine's first pitch off the glove of Aaron Sebia, and down to second goes Brown, so that removes the chance of double play. It will probably be a pass ball. Looked like it just popped out of the glove. And he just missed it. It is ruled a pass ball. So Brown now in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes to John Mayberry Jr., who has singled, walked, and grounded out tonight. 3-1, Phillies on top. Seth Rosine trying to keep it right there here in the 8th inning. Chopper to third, Beltre, a tough in-between hop. Picks it nicely and fires across the diamond. Mayberry is retired, and Brown stays at second base. 2 gone now for Cody Aishi.
Okay, you could see Adrian try to gauge how to play that ball, whether to come in, whether to go back, what the hop was going to be like. Finally made the decision he's going to have to stand his ground and handle the tough hop, which nobody does better than he does. He turns it into a simple out.
Aishi will step in, 1 for 3 tonight. Had a cue shot single down the third baseline in the second inning. Other than that, is struck out and grounded out to first. 1 ball, no strikes. Brown looking for something to get excited about at the bottom of the 8th inning. Seth Rosine has to keep it a scoreless top. And he misses low, 2-0. JP Arencibia flashing the signs out. And Rosine. OK's one. A check of second. On the outside corner, knee high. It's 2-1. Rosine was in 2 openers this year. He was on the opening day roster for the Dodgers when they went to Australia. He gets strike 2. And then, of course, the Rangers got him on a waiver claim. He was on the Rangers opening day roster. That's something you don't see all the time. The 2-2 pitch to right field. Alex Rios has a bead drawn on it, makes the grab, and that'll do it. Well, Seth Rosine able to work around the base hit. Phillies strand their 8th runner of the night. Bottom of the 8th coming up. CHOO, Andrews, and Fielder for the Rangers.
It's time for the progressive fan of the game. It has to be Ashley, longtime Ranger fan. She could have taken her girls to a Justin Bieber concert tonight. Instead, here at Globe Life Park, why the Rangers?
Because we love the Rangers. We don't need Justin Bieber.
You never miss a game?
No, I'm coming to all the games this year. I went to the games last year.
Who's your favorite Ranger player?
Prince Fielder, because he's large and in charge.
Well, congratulations. Here's the bag. Enjoy the rest of the game. Way to go, girls. Okay, Buzz.
All right, Jim, thank you. Now, Mario Hollins, the 25-year-old left-hander who made his major league debut last night, on to start things off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Shin-Soo Choo leading it off. Rangers trailing 3-1. And a little pop out to short. That's handled by Jason Nix for out number 1. The shortstop, Choo retired. He is 1 for 4 tonight. And Elvis Andrews comes to the plate against Mario Hollins.
Yeah, Hollins came into last night's ball game, pitched a third of an inning, but he had a couple of walks in that inning. One of them was to Choo, who came around to score the winning run.
First pitch to Elvis. fought off to the right over the Ranger dugout. No balls and a strike. Elvis a single in the first, ground out to second in the third. And out on a fielder's choice grounder in the sixth inning. Home plate umpire Marvin Hudson giving Carlos Ruiz a second or two. Might have gotten hit by the backswing in that last foul ball. Now the 0-1 pitch. The next Hoffman's offering. Hit hard, but backhanded neatly by Utley. On to first. That is out number 2.
First baseman, Prince Fielder.
The Phillies have 3 lefties to throw the ball well coming out of the bullpen. Seen Jake Beekman a couple of times, Antonio Bastardo a couple of times, and Mario Hollins a couple of times. Brian Sandberg certainly shows an inclination to go to his left-handers against the Rangers out of the bullpen. When in doubt, he goes to the lefty.
Now Prince Fielder takes strike 1 from Hollins. Fielder 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts and a walk.
3 righties in the bullpen we haven't seen: Jeff Manchip, Justin DeFreitas, and Brad Lincoln.
Yeah, they've got an 8-man bullpen, and you almost have to, the way he's been used him, you wonder why. 1-1 pitch to Fielder. And that's a bit low. It's 2-1. A shift on for the Phillies defensively, and not an extreme overshift. Well, Prince got all tied up with that tailing fastball. That kind of stuff from Hollins, you can understand why they're so high on him.
Yeah, that almost looked like Prince was looking at a 2-0 pitch or 2-1 pitch, looking for a good fastball to hit, and made up his mind to swing, and the ball was way inside.
Chopper up the middle. The shortstop Nix on the second base side of the bag and fires on across. Hollins has a 1-2-3 inning. Rangers are gone in the 8th. We're going to the 9th inning. Phillies 3, Rangers 1, Fox Sports Southwest.
trailing the Phillies 3-1. Dana Larson here reminding you we've got Rangers Live presented by Esurance. Coming up right after the game, join me, Mark McLemore, and Pudge Rodriguez. We'll get their great analysis. We'll hear from the skipper, Emily Jones, with a player reaction in the clubhouse, and we'll set up the Tampa Bay series, some great pitching matchups, and Yu Darvish's season debut. We'll have all of that and much more coming up right after the game. Buzz and Tom?
All right, Dana, thanks. Jason Nix leading things off for the Phillies here in the ninth inning. He's facing Seth Rosine. He gave up a hit, but nothing else for the Phillies in the eighth inning. Back out there for another go-round. And Nix fouls it out of play down the right side. Phillies 3 runs on 9 hits tonight. Rangers 1 run on 5 hits. Difference in the game, the long 2-run home run by Ryan Howard back in the 3rd inning. Phillies have not crossed home plate since then. A little bit low, 2-1. Nix 1 for 2 tonight. Single to right field his last time up. Rosine sets for the 2-1 pitch. And it's skied to right field. Alex Rios drifting to his right in a few steps. That is out number 1. Now, Ben Revere in our freaky fast delivery of the game, brought to you by Ryan Howard. And he got out of here in a hurry. Howard with his first home run of the year. Ben Revere at the plate, 0 for 4. We've handled him pretty well in this series. Guy was hot. The tapper slowly hit out to Murphy. Unloads in a hurry, and Revere is retired for out number 2. Carlos Ruiz. Tommy Murphy handling the first opportunity he had since entering the game.
Again, one thing you have to like about Seth Rosine for a young guy pitching in the big leagues without a whole lot of upper minor league experience is looks very composed out there and throws all his pitches for strikes. I think that's one thing that he will have to do for the Rangers to keep him in the big leagues is show that ability to mix up his pitches and throw strikes. And certainly in his first couple of outings has been able to do that. It's good to see.
Ruiz takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Carlos Ruiz 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored this evening. A single, a double, a walk, and a fly ball to right field. Inside, 2-0. Seth Rosine trying to keep it at a 3-1 game. Looking forward to the bottom of the 9th inning. Adrian Beltre, Alex Rios. Mitch Moreland, J.P. Arancibia, and company. There's a strike. And you would figure it would be Jonathan Papelbon, the closer for the Phillies, getting the call. But first, Rosine needs to get Carlos Ruiz out of there. The 2-1 pitch. Tried to go to the upper deck again in foul territory. Didn't quite make it. Midway back in the club level. I see guys do that, and the first thing that pops into my mind is he's telling the pitcher, you're not going to come inside on me. You're not going to get the ball in there.
And I guess from a pitcher's standpoint, you say, fine, I'm going to keep throwing it in there. If all you're going to do is pull a foul, right, just throw it in there, get ahead of you with 2 strikes, and try something else.
That's exactly right. Rosine tried to throw something else. He missed with the breaking ball. So the count has gone full. If Ruiz extends the inning, Chase Utley will be the next hitter. Payoff pitch rolled out towards short. Elvis, the fielder, and that'll do it. So Rosine, a very tidy 1-2-3 ninth inning. Rangers trail by 2, and they have Adrian Beltre to start things off when we come back to the ballpark. Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. And by your Texas Ford dealers. Take the EcoBoost Challenge to see why Ford is the best in Texas. Now the ninth inning here at Globe Life Park. Ranger fans standing and trying to get something going for their hometown club. They trail 3-1. Bottom of the ninth inning, Beltre, Rios, Moore with the first 3 hitters. They will be facing the veteran closer, Jonathan Papelbon.
The Rangers saw Papelbon in the first game. It was not a save opportunity, but he threw the ball great. He has that fastball. He runs up there in the 90s, and the way he lets go of the ball, it's tough to pick up. He has one of those solid fastballs velocity-wise. It's also sneaky on the hitter, and then a splitter that makes it really tough to hit him.
Tony Gwynn Jr. now has entered the ballgame, taking over in left field. He replaces Dominic Brown. Well, the Rangers need a base runner to get the tying run to home plate. Adrian Beltre to start it off. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Beltre facing the 33-year-old right-hander Jonathan Papelbon. Strike one. A lot of the crowd on hand and on their feet, trying to encourage the Rangers. That's out of play to the right. Papelbon quickly out in front of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Papelbon, the longtime all-star closer for the Boston Red Sox, signed as a free agent prior to the 2012 season with the Phillies. Last 2 years, he's had a total of 67 saves. The 0-2. Left center field. It's getting down in a hurry. It's in for a base hit. Beltre tomahawking that high pitch. And he is aboard to start off the ninth for the Rangers.
Well, Papelbon got ahead in the count 0-2 with his fastball and then shook off a couple of signs. Wanted to throw another high fastball and
Adrian was ready for it. Probably not a strike, trying to throw it out of the strike zone. Just kind of an unorthodox hitter to do it to. That would work on most hitters, but not Adrian.
Well, the Rangers do indeed have the tying run coming to the plate. Right now it's Alex Rios representing that tying run. And Rios takes a strike. Alex 1 for 3 tonight. The Rally Caps are out at Globe Life Park. Rios 3 for 12 in his career against Papelbon. 1-1. That one guy was trying to encourage the other to turn his hat the way it's supposed to be. Get your rally hat on. But no. Pretty good off-speed pitch, and Rios out in front. He fouls it straight back. A ball and 2 strikes. Outfield playing very deep. Ron Washington's club trailing by a couple of runs. The outfield in the no doubles alignment. Papelbon with the 1-2. Got him swinging. Up and away with a fastball, and that is the first out. One gone for Mitch Moreland.
Not sure he threw that where he intended to throw it, but the end result was pretty good.
Well, Moreland steps in 1 for 3, had a triple, and scored the only Ranger run. That came back in the 7th inning. Line drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball and into the corner. BELTRE to second or third will stop there. Moreland to second, and the Rangers have the tying runs aboard with 1 out for Jim Adducey, the pinch hitter.
Mitch jumped on that fastball, threw him a fastball in, and he ripped it. Last time up, he hit one into the gap in right center field for a triple. This time he pulls it right down the line for a double. Papelbon's trying to throw that ball down and away, throws it up and in, and Mitch lit it up. Papelbon having a hard time finding the target today, but ended up getting a strikeout anyway when Alex was at bat. That time the pitch, instead of being down and away, was up and in, and the result is a double. Now tying runs at second base.
Well, Ryan Sandberg's club and having a conference on the mound. The infielders and Carlos Ruiz, the catcher, along with Papelbon, going over a little scouting report on Adducey. Jim Adducey coming off the Ranger bench, the only left-hander that they have available coming off the bench. And we came on Tuesday, had a pinch hit, or Wednesday, Monday, I mean, had a pinch hit single. First pitch to him, and he was up there ripping, fouled it straight back. Well, BELTRE at third, Moreland at second. Moreland representing the tying run in this game. Papelbon ready. Number off the end of the bat, coming down the line very quickly. Ashe, a throw, not in time. BELTRE scores. Adducey with an infield RBI single. On to third goes Moreland. It's a 3-2 Philadelphia lead.
Well, that's one thing you love about Adducey. He's got good tools. He's not a one-dimensional player. He put that ball in play and then showed the speed to beat that ball out. Ashe made a nice play at third base. He charged it. He got rid of it. He had a little something on it. And Jim still beat it at first base. Now you've got the tying run at third base. And it's an entirely different situation now. Sacrifice fly could score.
Yeah, he gets down that line in a hurry. Well, the skipper, Tim Bogart, So yeah, that's one way to get it done. We'll take that. The runners at the corners, very good speed at first for the Rangers, and Bob McClure, the Phillies pitching coach, out to the mound. Bobby Mack in his first year as the Phillies pitching coach. So the Phillies now have to pull the infield in at the corners. And, going to have to play in front of halfway up the middle. That opens up some holes for Leonys Martin. Martin 1 for 3 with an RBI single tonight. A 3-2 Philadelphia lead. The Rangers have the winning run at first base. Ground ball, base hit center field. Marlon scores, the game is tied. Aducey around to third. He is in standing. And Leonys Martin, first ball swinging, ties this game at 3.
I have to love the job that Leonys Martin is doing out of the 9th spot in the batting order. In 3 games, that's the 4th time that he's had a base hit to drive in a run. And they're coming at big times. Tonight it's been twice, once in the 7th inning to get the Rangers on the board. The infield in just enough to take away the lateral range that the second baseman might have. The ground ball goes in. And the good part is Aducey with his speed goes all the way to third. They're in the same situation. Now it's the winning run at third base with 1 out.
Well, just like last night, the Rangers came back and scored in the 7th, won it in the bottom of the 9th. Tonight, they scored a run in the 7th. They have tied it in the bottom of the 9th, and Donnie Murphy up there with a chance to win it. Jim Aducey with great speed at third, and you keep an eye out here for the potential suicide squeeze. Murphy handles the bat well, the infield all the way in. There goes Martin. The pitch is high. There will be no throw, and that removes any chance of a ground ball double play.
You got the infield in, you've got the outfield in, and you've got a hitter just trying to make some solid contact.
And Donnie Murphy showed a lot of contact when he came over to the Rangers the last week of spring training. 1 ball, no strikes. High ball 2. Almost got by Ruiz.
Again, he's trying to throw that ball down and away. That's about the 5th or 6th time that he's missed his target on the other side of the plate and about a foot higher than he wanted to throw it. He's struggling big time with his command.
Yes, he is. If the Rangers can make him pay some more. 2-0 pitch. Tried the off speed and missed. It's 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, if you're Papelbon, you say to yourself, I've got Donnie Murphy up here and I've got SHIN-SOO CHOO in the on-deck circle. He's pitching carefully, obviously. Doesn't want to give up a base hit to drive in the winning run. But if he walks Donnie Murphy, now he's got to face CHOO.
3 balls, no strikes the count. The crowd, all of them now on their feet. Ball 4, that'll load them up for SHIN-SOO CHOO.
Over the years, we've seen Papelbon quite frequently. And he's obviously been an excellent closer. But I don't think I've ever seen him where his command has been off like it is right now.
Well, you've seen him sometimes when his stuff wasn't quite as good as it was, but he always threw strikes. Well, here's CHOO, and SHIN-SOO tonight is 1 for 4. And a first inning single. Up there with a winning run at third base, bases full. Outfield pulled in as far as they can. Infield in. Papelbon set to work. The first pitch. 0-1. CHOO in his career, 1 for 4 against Papelbon.
He's been all over the place with his fastball, so he threw an off-speed pitch on the first pitch.
CHOO, 5 walk-off hits in his career. Looking for number 6. That is just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the one thing you know is you're probably not going to get CHOO to go out of the strike zone to swing at pitches. Good look at the defensive alignment. The infielders in at the cut of the grass. The outfielder's in at about 210, 215 feet. A ball and a strike with one out. Foul back, and Papelbon now the advantage in the count at 1-2, and Ron Washington leaving it up to CHOO right here.
And there was one pitch where he did locate his fastball. He was trying to throw that ball on the inside part of the plate, keep it up a little bit. He jammed SHIN-SOO ahead in the count. Trying to make some contact here. Put the ball in play.
Papelbon reading the signs and sets. The 1-2 offering. Outside. 2-2. He went with that splitter that time.
Tried it again. He got ahead with it. Tried to throw it on the outside corner and missed with it. They tried to get CHOO to chase it. CHOO did not chase it.
The crowd on their feet. They've seen their club come back to score twice. They're looking for the win right here. The 2-2 pitch. Rolling inside. 3-2. You've run the string out as far as you can with SHIN-SOO CHOO. The base is full. Nowhere to put him.
Yeah, basically, Buzz, right here, if you're Papelbon, you're not going to try to trick him. You're going to try to throw whatever pitch you can throw for a strike. Yep. If it tricks him, great, but you just have to throw a strike right here. Take your chances.
The full count pitch on the way. High ball 4. The Rangers a walk-off walk win. SHIN-SOO CHOO down to first, a deucey to the plate, and the Rangers for the second straight night have walked it off against the Phillies.
For the fans that stayed till the bitter end, they were rewarded with a great finish. It was a game where it looked like the Phillies and Kyle Kendrick were in complete command of this game. 3-0. Martin singled in the 7th to get 1 run in. And the Rangers just lit up Jonathan Papelbon. No telling how many runs they would have gotten if they needed 5 or 6. Papelbon all over the place with his fastball. CHOO laid off a couple of close ones, and that one was way out of the strike zone. Again, CHOO doing what he does best, getting on base, and that time the bases were loaded, and that's a winner.
Yeah, pretty tough to get him to swing at something way out of the strike zone. He just would not offer it. Papelbon walks off one way, the Rangers walk it off the other as Aducey scores the winning run. So on Washington's club for the 5th consecutive year have won the opening series of the season. This one 2-1 in games over the Philadelphia Phillies. And Jonathan Papelbon is disgusted. Has to go back to the Phillies dugout. And will travel now to the next destination. A very glum group, I would imagine. That's a tough way to lose 2 nights in a row.
That's a tough one. And, you know, I have to admit, you always, you know, you hold out hope that your team is going to come back and score some runs to win. But, you know, Kyle Kendrick was tremendous tonight. The Rangers missed a couple of chances. Then they bring in an all-star closer with a 2-run lead. And, you know, if you're the Phillies, you're feeling pretty good. But Rangers put a great comeback on them tonight.
Let's head down to the field where Emily Jones is standing by with the winning walker.
Yes, thank you very much. CHOO, 2 wins, 2 walk-offs. This one a little interesting. Take us through that last at-bat.
Yeah, that's really special. You know, you lose the first game and they come back last 2 games. And then, you know, we face best closer in the league. You know, nobody give up. The hitters did a great job, you know. You know, we have a good opportunity first inning. We don't have a score, but, you know, everybody, great job in like last inning.
Okay, so we've heard about this plate patience that you have. You demonstrated it quite nicely in the 9th inning, especially against Papelbon. When the count is full, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, first pitch, you know, I just, you know, gamble. You know, he throws a fastball, I hit it, but I swing and miss. But I don't know. I'll try and make a contact and make something happen. So I think they really worked the last at bat.
And then finally, CHOO, just to win 2 nights in a row like this has got to be special and do a lot for you guys confidence-wise as a team early in the season?
Yeah, that's huge. Especially we got a lot of injured players. But we play against a good team. Come back 2 games. That's really pretty special for us.
CHOO, thanks for the time. Congratulations on the win. We appreciate it. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Emily, thank you. Great stuff. SHIN-SOO CHOO. And right in the middle of things again, just the way the Rangers have drawn it up. Dana Larson will be back to wrap things up from Globe Life Park right after this. Is 4-3 Ranger walk-off win on Fox Sports Southwest.